Are you looking for the best PC gaming controllers? In this video, we will look at some of the 4 best PC gaming controllers on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description. So make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Number 1. Xbox Wireless Controller. Okay, I already know what you're thinking. The best controller for Xbox is the one that comes with the Xbox? That may seem like a no-brainer, but this standard controller truly does earn this title as the best all-rounder. It lacks some extras found on pricier options, but this controller is the distillation of over 20 years of Xbox gamepads, and it shows. Thanks to Microsoft's proprietary wireless protocol, this is the only affordable wireless Xbox controller out there. Third-party wireless options have been trickling out in recent years, but they're mostly at the high end. While some hate the standard Xbox wireless controller for its use of AA batteries instead of a built-in rechargeable cell, that also means it's flexible, allowing for rechargeable AAs or a battery pack. And user-replaceable batteries mean you're not stuck with a controller that doesn't hold its charge after years of use. It also works over a USB-C connection. But the standard-issue Xbox pad isn't just great because of its connectivity. The hardware itself is excellent for the controller's $60 asking price. The sticks, buttons, triggers, and the sunken dish-shaped D-pad all feel impeccably tight, with the latter having a satisfying clickiness to it. If you're a hardcore fighting game fan, you may be better served by a dedicated fight stick or a controller geared toward that genre one with a superb D-pad like Hori's HorrorPad Pro, but the Xbox wireless controller is an extraordinary jack of all trades. The only things it really lacks compared to pricier options are extra, customizable buttons and software tuning for things like stick sensitivity, though Microsoft does offer cosmetic customization through its Xbox Design Lab, which bumps the price from $69.99 to $109.93 depending on the configuration. There's a lot to love about these controllers, whether you make your own or pick one from the many colors Microsoft offers. Number 2. PowerA Advantage Wired Controller. If you're looking for a great controller but don't have a lot of money to spend, and you don't mind a cable, PowerA's Advantage Wired Controller offers a solid value without much sacrifice. Its full retail price is $37.99, but some color schemes dip as low as $25. The Advantage is PowerA's follow-up to its Enhanced Wired Controller, our previous budget pick. Like the Enhanced, the Advantage comes in a wide variety of hues and designs, but it has some nice improvements. Namely, the new model has a detachable USB-C cable instead of micro USB, and 3-way hair trigger lockouts. It also has 2 customizable rear buttons like the Enhanced, rounding out a nice arsenal of features for a low-cost gamepad. The only other thing I'd love to see in a controller this cheap are drift-free Hall effect sticks. If that's a priority to you while on a tight budget, consider spending a little more on the GameSir G7 SE. It's another great USB-C wired option that puts the drift worries to bed for around $40, though it doesn't have trigger lockouts like the Advantage does. Number 3. Xbox Elite Wireless Controller Series 2. The Xbox Elite Wireless Controller Series 2 is Microsoft's fancy controller, and it's got a lot of nice extras, like better build quality, extra buttons, user-swappable sticks and D-pad, a built-in rechargeable battery, and loads of software customization. Where the standard Xbox controller is constructed entirely of unassuming plastic, the Elite mixes higher-quality soft-touch plastic, rubberized grips, and metallic touches for a superior fit and finish. This makes it heftier than the stock controller, and it just feels nice in your hands. It also comes with a charging dock and zip-up case with pass-through charging, completing a really nice package for $179.99. There's also the stripped-down Elite Series Tube Core version with an MSRP of $129.99, which ditches the add-ons. You can buy them separately in a $59.99 accessories pack, but you'll end up paying more that way, barring sales or discounts. A pricey controller like an Xbox Elite is a bit of an emotional purchase. Most of us are not competing at esports levels, but it's fun to use something that feels nicer, offers ways to custom tailor it to your likings, and maybe gives you a slight competitive edge thanks to features like hair triggers and removable rear paddles. In theory, you may be able to get shots off faster in an online shooter with the hair triggers, and you can map the paddles to functions like jump, crouch, reload, etc. while keeping your thumb on the right stick. You could teach yourself claw grip to accomplish the latter with even a cheap wired controller, Sure, but it just won't feel as cool as when using an Elite. And why try to get good or learn something when I can buy my way there instead? Number 4. Razer Wolverine V3 Pro. At $199.99, Razer's Wolverine V3 Pro controller is even more expensive than the Elite Series 2, but it's worth the added cost if you want a high-end controller with drift-free sticks. Not only is the V3 Pro Razer's first foray into using Hall effect sticks, it's the company's first fully wireless Xbox gamepad. It also sports some of the best hair trigger lockouts around, with a mouse-like click usually found on even pricier SCUF controllers, a previous high-ranking pick of ours. Other than that, the V3 Pro is similar to the previous V2 Pro, with 6 remappable buttons, 4 rear paddles in new, angled orientations and 2 extra shoulder buttons, and some RGB lighting. The buttons and D-pad still have that satisfying micro-switch tactility and audible clickiness like the previous Gen V2 Pro, but the RGB lighting is more subtle this time around. The Wolverine V3 Pro's biggest shortcomings compared to Microsoft's Elite Series 2 are its more basic software customization, lack of Bluetooth, and the fact that it needs a USB dongle to work wirelessly. The V3 Pro is otherwise the better pick if you can justify its very high cost. And if you can't, there's also the $99.99 Wolverine V3 Pro Tournament Edition that has a nearly identical set of features in a wired version.